Hey guys, Citizen Zero here, bringing you a new game, Wolcen, Lord of Mayhem. Now this game is still in alpha, but if you are a fan of the Diablo games or Path of Exile, this is definitely a game you're going to want to keep an eye on, because even at such an early stage, and I'll show you some of the stuff they have, you'll see that it's not very large at this point, but what they have developed so far is looking pretty awesome. So I've played a bit with the character and got it up to about level 20 here. I was playing through as a mage, and I'll show you some of the skill tree stuff, as well as the spells, gameplay. I'll just try to give a quick overview of everything that I've seen in this game so far. So with the armor sets, you get pretty typical RPG setup here: chest, legs, belt, feet, arms, shoulders, helm. They've got a cape on here, which is pretty interesting, as well as your jewelry, your left and right rings, and your amulet. So nothing out of the ordinary here. I'll probably make another video show how I got all that legendary gear there. They only seem to have. Well, I picked up some other legendary gear throughout the game, and but this is the only set that I've actually seen, and you get it from the arena, which I don't think I got any video of that on this little play here. Maybe I'll do another video of how to pick up that. I think it's called the Redeemer set, and it's not, I would say, definitely not geared for a mage. It's more of a set that is definitely built towards tanky melee sort of beast. So this is the skill wheel, and it's a little bit reminiscent of Path of Exile. If you first look at it, it looks pretty crazy, except there's 5 basic starting. You kind of have a mage, your tank or guardian. There's an assassin. Let's see if I can. There's our thief, ranger, which is your bow, and then sort of a gladiator, which is your just typical DPS melee guy, two-handed barbarian sort. And so those are your base trees, but then you get out to these circles. So there's your inner tree, and then you have your second tier, which rotates, and you see they really haven't got out much past the second tier at this point. There is one wheel in the third, but you rotate these around to sort of mix and match your classes, and there's not enough really spells or depth to this sort of skill tree system yet to really see all the possibilities that might come out of this. Like I said, I've been playing a mage, so I focus most of my skill points into sort of elemental damage type. And I've definitely been going damage, although I started to, after I was running through the arena, I started to buff up with my guardian, so giving more hit points, defense points, etc. Every time you gain a level, you get 3 skill points, which is pretty nice. I don't know at this point if there is a level cap or what the level cap will be. Again, it's in alpha, and it's pretty early stages, but the environment is just gorgeous. I'm gonna run some bounty right here. So after you sort of run through all of the story that they have put together so far, you can do these bounties, which is basically just an endless dungeon run. And these dungeons do pop up just in the world, sort of like Diablo. You'll see there's these little globes that drop. These are globes that refill your health, your rage, and your magic, which is, I don't even remember what they call your magic in this game. So these these are some of the spells that I've picked up here. You see items drop on the ground just like any other RPG. I think the coloring system is white, blue, yellow, and then orange. Blue being sort of your uncommon, and then yellow being your rare, and the orange is the legendary. Those are the only sets. Umbra, that's what they call the magic there. I was just doing an Umbra sort of ray there, which is glitched. Sometimes you can actually see the ray, and sometimes you can only see where the ray hits. Got a nice legendary right there. So there are other legendaries. That's a all right, not bad. Not really what I want, but save that. I think right now, being an alpha, you can respec all of your skill points. So I might, even with this same player, go through and see what a ranger would look like and what a true gladiator or thief type assassin player might look like. So I'll try to get some more footage of that. I'm just going pretty much straight elemental mage though. I use a pretty wide gamut. I haven't, I would say, focused on a single element, which I think at some point, once the skill tree is a little more fleshed out, I probably would do. So you see in there in that kind of beige, pink, whatever, those are the skill tombs and tomes, not tombs, tome. You pick those up, and so if you don't know the skill, you can right click it and learn the skill. If you already know it, they're a really good item to pick up because you can trade them in for these sort of points. I don't even know what they call the points really, but these points are what you use to upgrade your skill or your spells. Spells actually have levels, and each level gives you a bit of a perk. Not each level, but at certain levels you can choose a perk for that spell, which gives it, it costs less Umbra, or it does more damage. You get more fireballs. The speed at which the fireballs or the lightning arcs to more people. Anyways, you get the idea that they just sort of level up with new damage perks there. They do have these sort of champion, which are marked in blue, you'll see, and I think they're supposed to have some additional abilities similar like the champions did in Diablo, but I haven't noticed them doing anything except for one I have seen pretty frequently is they do that chain. Well, they'll have that sort of damage chain in between all of the enemies around, and that is deadly. It's probably one of the most dangerous ones. Other ones I haven't noticed much, other than they have like buffed damage, buffed health, some basic stuff. They have quite a bit of work left to do on this game. I don't know exactly what the timeline is for release. They do have a roadmap posted on their website for. Here's what I'm talking about with the skills. As you level them up, you can give them certain perks there. And I think I have, at least to my knowledge, these are all of the spells or skills that are available at this time. Like every single one, what you're seeing right here, and that's for all classes, I believe. This is all there is. I don't think they've done much work on the ranger or the thief. Done a bit of work, I think, for the melee. You see there's about 5 good melee skills there, but you've got mostly your mage skills that they've worked on, probably because those are the hardest animations. I don't really know, but you've got a number of skills in each of the tree. There's a couple frost skills, which I don't actually tend to use that much, but lightning, fire, and then that Umbra damage spells, although there are skills in the skill tree that talk about shadow damage and one other damage. I'd have to look at it. I'll probably do another video just solely focusing on the skill tree, sort of playing around looking at that. So if you missed that, there's a little, and it's really hard to see, there's a little button at the very bottom underneath your health globe that you can teleport back to the city. And this big glowing symbol in the middle here is the teleport pad, where I can teleport to other places in the map. All right, so right now I'm selling some of these skill tomes to get these whatever those crystals are. Anyways, the crystals that you use to upgrade your skills or your spells. So this tree actually has more than a lot of the others. Some spells only have maybe about 2 levels of perks that you can choose, whereas some have 5 or even 6 at this point. I don't know if it just depends on the spell itself or just where they're at in the development of those spells. You do have a stash here. It's not like Path of Exile where you have to pay for more storage. This is use in-game currency, or at least right now in alpha version, use in-game currency to just buy new expansion slots on that storage. And each one has quite a bit. I mean, there's quite a lot of storage in this. Each of those pieces of armor only take up, 2 slots. You've got I don't know what, about a 10 by 10 here, maybe more than that. $12 by 10. I don't know. You have a lot of storage. I don't think it's going to be an issue, although I have no idea about all the items that are possibly going to be in this game. So this is the total map so far of what they have developed. And I would say probably to get all the way through it and get up to level 20, I spent, I don't know, a few hours. Maybe even more, 2, 3, 4 hours. The story's okay. They still seem to be working on that as well. There's not any voiceover yet, although usually that comes pretty late in production. So I wouldn't expect to see that for a while. So I'm currently using a staff, and each staff has a different attack. This is a lightning staff, and that's just the basic attack right there of the staff, which is pretty freaking awesome. All of them, all of the staves have just amazing animations for the attacks. Maybe I'll try to pick up some fire or umbra. Or Frost. Frost was, I think, my first staff, and I was just kind of like, whoa, whenever I saw the animations for that, because it's not an attack that I had just ever really seen for a magic staff. I mean, it's kind of what I would expect now that I think about it. I mean, they did a really good job on it, which is I kind of have high hopes for this game. Again, it's kind of early to tell, but even at this point in the development, it's pretty smooth. I didn't really run across many glitches or bugs. I mean, sometimes items or mobs get stuck in walls, but I've seen that happen in, vanilla versions of games, so not a shocker there. But there is a dodge function in this, which is pretty good. I don't normally use it. I kind of usually just stand and deliver. But when it gets a little tough, especially when I'm taking a beating, or there's a lot of the big enemies in here do some massive area of effect damage, and anyways, I just found this game, thought I'd share it with you guys. I'll keep following it, the development, adding some more videos about it. If you guys are interested in anything particular about it, you know, send me a comment, let me know. I'll try to make some videos for you guys, give you some information. Like I said, right now it's an alpha, and it was about, I don't know, $10 on the Steam store. So I know a lot of people are a little hesitant to spend money on a game that's still in development. So if you're interested, please like this video, subscribe for more. I'll try to keep you updated and keep adding bits of information about what's coming out, what new things they've added, and other features in the game. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy.